The camera lens glares like a single eye in the dim garage, catching the billionaire's tears before they hit the concrete floor. Elena Voss, yes, that Elena Voss, the woman whose face graces the covers of Forbes and whose company builds satellites that whisper to Mars, stands frozen in a grease-stained bay, her designer coat hanging open, useless against the chill of disbelief. Her daughter, Lily, 7 years old and bound to a wheelchair since a rare spinal condition stole her legs at birth, is standing. Not perfectly, not gracefully, but standing. Two small, trembling feet planted on the oil-spotted ground, supported by a pair of calloused hands that belong to a man who hasn't had a paycheck in 3 weeks. The mechanic's name is Jamal. His coveralls are patched at the knees, his beard is threaded with gray, and his eyes, God, his eyes, are older than his 42 years. He doesn't look at the camera. He doesn't look at Elena. He looks only at Lily, whose fingers clutch his shoulders like she's afraid the world will yank her back down. "Easy, little bird," Jamal murmurs, voice rough as the gravel outside. "I got you." Lily's laugh breaks the silence, a sound so pure it cracks something open in Elena's chest. The girl takes one wobbling step. Then another. The walker Jamal built from scrap metal and hope clanks against the floor, but it holds. It holds. Elena's sob is ugly, raw, the kind that comes from a place money can't buy. She drops to her knees, uncaring of the oil soaking into her silk skirt. "How?" she whispers. "How did you?" Jamal finally meets her gaze. "Because someone did it for my sister," he says simply. 20 years ago. Same legs. Same fight. The camera zooms in on Lily's face, flushed, terrified, alive. Her eyes, the color of storm clouds, shine with something Elena has spent millions trying to buy, hope. If this moment just broke your heart and put it back together, smash that like button. Subscribe and hit the bell. We're about to take you on a journey that'll change how you see the world. 3 months earlier, Elena Voss had never set foot in a place that smelled of motor oil and desperation. Her world was glass towers and private jets, boardrooms where men in suits nodded at her every word. She'd built an empire on algorithms and ambition, but none of it had prepared her for the day the doctor said, "Lily may never walk." She'd thrown money at the problem the way she threw money at everything: experimental therapies in Switzerland, robotic exoskeletons that cost more than most people's houses, specialists flown in from Tokyo. Lily endured it all with a quiet courage that shamed Elena's rage. The girl never complained, never asked why her legs didn't work like the other kids at the private school Elena insisted she attend. She just waited. But waiting was killing Elena. It started with the Bentley. A flat tire on the way to a gala, the kind of inconvenience her assistant usually handled with a single phone call. But the driver was new, the spare was missing, and the rain was coming down in sheets. Elena, wrapped in a couture gown that cost more than the mechanic's annual salary, stood under the awning of Jamal's auto repair and tried not to cry. Jamal emerged from the bay wiping his hands on a rag that had once been red. He took one look at the car, one look at Elena's face, and said, "Won't take but 20 minutes, ma'am. You can wait inside if you want." Inside was a folding chair, a coffee machine that gurgled like it was dying, and a wall of photos: kids in soccer uniforms, a woman with Jamal's eyes holding a baby, a yellowed newspaper clipping about a little girl who took her first steps at age 10. Elena's gaze snagged on that last one. "Your daughter?" she asked, nodding at the clipping. "My sister," Jamal corrected. "Aisha. Born with the same thing your girls got, I'm guessing." Elena's head snapped up. "How did you?" "Saw the chair in the back seat. The way you looked at it, like it was a cage." He shrugged. "My mom looked at Aisha's the same way." He didn't ask questions. Didn't pry. Just fixed the tire, refused the $1,000 tip Elena tried to press into his hand, and said, "Buy your kid something that makes her laugh instead." But Elena couldn't let it go. The photo of Aisha, grinning gap-toothed in a walker made of PVC pipe and duct tape, haunted her. That night, she did something she hadn't done since college. She Googled Jamal Rahman. Age 42. Former aerospace welder. Laid off when the plant closed. Single father. Daughter, Samira, age 12. Sister, Aisha, deceased. The obituary was clinical. Complications from spinal muscular atrophy. Age 22. Elena stared at the screen until the words blurred. Then she made a decision. The first time Jamal saw Lily, she was asleep in her wheelchair in the back of Elena's SUV. He'd agreed to look at the custom van Elena had bought, some German monstrosity with a hydraulic lift that had stopped working. He'd expected another rich client who wanted to throw money at a problem. He hadn't expected the little girl with curls like black silk and a stuffed giraffe clutched to her chest. "She's beautiful," he said before he could stop himself. Elena's smile was brittle. "She's perfect. Except for the part where she can't walk." Jamal crouched beside the chair, careful not to wake Lily. "My Aisha was perfect too. Legs just didn't get the memo." He fixed the lift in 40 minutes. Elena tried to pay him triple. He took exactly what the sign said, $85. But Lily woke up as they were leaving. Her eyes, huge and gray, fixed on Jamal. "You have dirty hands," she announced. Jamal laughed, a sound like gravel and honey. "Story of my life, kid." Lily held out her giraffe. "Mr. Raff likes dirty hands. He says they fix things." Elena watched her daughter, her shy, quiet daughter, chat with this stranger like he was an old friend. Something in her chest twisted. The walker started as a joke. Elena kept finding excuses to bring the van back. A rattle here, a warning light there. Jamal fixed them all, never charging more than he had to. Lily began to look forward to the trips. She'd will herself into the garage, Mr. Raff tucked under one arm, and peppered Jamal with questions. "Why do cars need oil? What's a carburetor? Can you make my chair go faster?" One day, she asked the question that changed everything. "Mr. Jamal, why can't I walk like Samira?" Samira, Jamal's daughter, had come to the garage after school, all gangly limbs and quick smiles. She'd been helping her dad, handing him tools with the ease of someone born to it. Lily watched her with the kind of longing that broke Elena's heart. Jamal didn't answer right away. He was under the hood of a pickup, but his hands had gone still. Finally, he said, "Because your legs are waiting for the right story, little bird." Aisha's took 10 years to find theirs. That night, Elena couldn't sleep. She sat in Lily's room, watching her daughter sleep, and made a call. "I want to fund a foundation," she told her assistant. "For kids like Lily. Adaptive equipment. Therapy. Whatever it takes." But the foundation felt distant. Clinical. What Lily needed wasn't a grant. It was Jamal. The idea came from Samira. She'd been helping her dad salvage parts from a junked mobility scooter when she found the frame, lightweight aluminum, perfect for a child. "Dad," she said, "what if we built Lily something? Like the one you made Aunt Aisha?" Jamal had sworn he'd never build another walker. The memories were too sharp, Aisha's tears when the first prototype collapsed, the way she'd screamed when physical therapy pushed her too hard. But Samira's eyes were bright with possibility, and Lily. Lily deserved better than the clunky hospital-issued monstrosity she hated. They worked in secret. After the garage closed, when the streets were quiet and Samira should have been doing homework. Jamal welded, Samira sanded, and Lily, sworn to secrecy, drew pictures of what she wanted it to look like. "Purple," she said firmly. "With stars." Elena found out by accident. She'd come to pick Lily up early and heard the clank of metal from the back bay. Peeking through the window, she saw Jamal and Samira bent over a half-finished frame, Lily perched on a stool directing them like a tiny general. "What are you doing?" she demanded, storming in. Jamal didn't flinch. "Building your kid a set of wings." The walker was a masterpiece of necessity. The base came from the scooter frame, reinforced with aircraft-grade aluminum Jamal had salvaged from his old job. The handles were wrapped in purple grip tape, Samira's idea. The stars were hand-painted by Lily herself,